Thanks.
Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to another fantastic episode of Hallyujuku. I'm Petey Rave, your man with no plan. Here with me, as always, because it's the routine, it's the plan. Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. How you doing, Kaz?
I'm doing exceptionally well. How are you?
I'm doing well. We're here gathered to talk about East Asian pop culture. All the new things here in Tuan and all over the place, up and down and all around. We at it. Of course, we start every episode talking about what's new with us that we actually like and want to actually talk about at length. Not things that we hated and want to forget existed. Kaz, what's new with you?
New with me this week is a lot of editing still from our lovely trip to ASIN. I know you put up a couple of videos of our outings and things like that to the K-pop booth there and some other things that we did. But as far as music goes, it's time to get ratchet. J Park puts out a new song called Mome, featuring Ugly Duck. I have no idea who the fuck Ugly Duck is, but it's a new J Park song to go along with like pretty much a kind of consistent set of releases from J Park.
Putting out shit constantly.
Yeah, but. It was a pretty enjoyable song. Petey sent me this earlier in the week, and I kind of jammed out to it for a bit, and I enjoyed it more or less. I kind of had some fun with it, and I just thought it was kind of fun, ratchet J Parkness that I wasn't sure how to feel about it, so I just kind of put it in the hate love category.
Yeah, the hate listen. J Park went full YOLO swag, as the Asian Junkie review says. He went full YOLO swag.
Yeah.
And you probably should never go full YOLO swag. But it's J Park. You know what? J Park is going to do these things. You can't stop him.
You know what's funny though, right? I for some reason found this video less creepy than I found JYP's song about girls' butts and hips.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Speaking of, it does give, and again, the Asian Junkie article, I'll credit them. They did say that this video does show you who JYP should have booked for that video if he was not talking about asses. But I guess, you know what? With JYP, the inspiration for his ass song came from the gym. So, you know what? He got girls from the gym who got the squat butt. Whereas J Park, he's into JYP's into the squats, squat equals bubble butts kind of butts where it's toned. J Park's just into booty, booty that you find at the club.
Even though they had a lot of girls walking around in sports bras and shorts in this video, so
that you would wear at the club sometimes.
What? No, you wear that to the gym.
Yeah, depending on which club you go to.
Yeah. I forgot we're in the ratchet hour, so
yeah, it's a ratchet hour. Yeah. Moving on from the ratchet hour.
Yeah, moving on from the ratchet hour
to something completely different.
Yeah, very much so. Urban Zapaka, who we have talked about on the show before, rather sporadically, kind of. I know PD has presented a song from them. I presented a song from them. And once again, I'm presenting another song from Urban Zapaka, featuring Benzino. and also featuring in a weird way, doesn't say it because in Korean, but the person in the video was actually an artist. At first I thought it was really weird, but then it kind of comes across rather interesting to have this person kind of making an installation to the song, and then tearing it down at the end. So
yeah,
SPD plays with his settings.
oh, okay. As you can see, but yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting concept, right? Because you have this song in this video, with Urban Zupaka and Benzino, but then you have the video featuring an artist who's making a art installation kind of to the music. And then that's the thing that you have going along with the music is this thing that's being created and built as the music goes along. And then it's really interesting to watch. And yes, it's modern art, kids. So like,
it's kind of cool. It's a cool little modern art piece. A cool little installation. The fact that she kind of remodulates it at the end. Not just tears it down, but remodulates it at the end. And I'm trying to find because the artist, her name is Im Sumi. Or if you want to put it in Western form, you can say Sumi Im. And she has an Instagram. She's friends with a lot of K-pop, a lot of Korean musicians. She just does art, and that's her thing.
I mean, I don't know. It's cool. It's a little odd if it's not something you're used to as far as the art goes.
Yeah.
In what's going on, but I thought it was kind of cool along with the music. This is probably something. If I saw it just in an art gallery as art, I'd probably be like, "What the fuck?" But along with the music, it's kind of interesting to watch somebody build this thing and go through that, Yeah. So I thought it was cool from that aspect.
But yeah, it's also a really cool song. It's like an upbeat, it has cool energy to it. Benzino contributes well. I've liked Benzino stuff, especially in the stuff that I've seen of him. It's a cool upbeat song. Like Urban Zakapa has such a cool set of vocals, has such cool vocals, and such a cool sound. There's a reason they're one of the most respected artists in Korea. They're one of those artists that fuck all your K-pop shit. This is what Koreans actually listen to right here. Urban Zakapa, and this is definitely another cool offering from them.
Definitely.
There's not much else you can say. It's Urban Zakapa. If you don't know, get yourself learnt.
And I think it's something. I think it's once again. This is something we've come to kind of naturally, and then the more and more it kind of comes back around to us, we find that we respect it more and more. And it's once again one of those things where we talk about all the time, right? You have the things that bring you into it, and you have to really learn to be open to the other things that are out there, because this isn't your traditional K-pop. This isn't your traditional K-rock even. This is just, it has its own flavor and its own style and its own appeal. And I think kind of looking at the rest of what we have, PD has some of that in his picks this week. Yeah. I have some of that in my picks this week, of these things that we came to through something else, but then has led us down this path, and I like saying that leading into what my next song is, which is Classic High Project, Classic Y Project. You want to say that?
Yeah, Classic Y Project. Yeah,
it's their song "Call Me Back" from their release last year called Blink, I think it is, which was touted as a really, really good album. And the reason I kind of wanted to feature it is just because they did another OTS song, but I think it came
yeah.
off of this album. And I'm not sure. I'd have to go look at that song and see.
Yeah.
But the reason I wanted to feature them is because for me, they're really consistent in their music and not even in their sound. I don't want to say they're consistent in their sound because you can hear something from them on one album and then go to another album and it's totally different. And how it feels and how it sounds and how it is, because this is totally different sound than what I originally know them for, because I originally got to Classic Y Project because they did the theme for My Lovely Samsoon.
Yeah.
My
Lovely Samsoon.
And I fucking loved, I think I may have loved that song more than I loved that show. And I loved that fucking show.
Yeah.
Petey could tell you. I fucking, like, when Petey first started getting into, like, Korean stuff and dramas and music, I was like, oh, you have to watch this. You have to watch this. And, like, one of those shows that I kept saying, you have to watch was My Lovely Samsoon.
Yeah, it was my first assignment. My first assignment on this show. Back, you can go back to those old episodes, was My Lovely Samsoon, which is funny because, like, well, we don't have to get into it, but yeah, My Lovely Samsoon was one of the first projects, and it definitely was one of those, like, things that stood out about that show was not only just the show's content and how funny and how sweet it was, but that song was just so noticeable and interesting and cool. Like, there was just so much that worked about that song.
Yeah. And I think because of that, this is a band that, or a group, I should say, that me and Petey have a lot of respect for. And they're just so consistent with how good their music is. Yeah. And they're just something that I want to tout them more, Yeah. Yeah. But it's also so much of it, and it's so hard to pin down exactly the genius of it. But when you kind of look at it and you realize they're always on a soundtrack to a movie, they're always doing themes for shows, they're always kind of in the charts for Korean music overall. And it's that thing that Petey said. It's because there are those things that reach outwardly, and they make billions of dollars for groups and their companies. But there are those kind of homegrown groups that everyone listens to. They're in Korea.
Yeah.
And when you think about that, and you're like, well, isn't the other stuff kind of more notable? No, because when you think about the stuff that everyone listens to there in Korea, those things are the things that get referenced. Those things are the things that people build their musical careers upon. Those are the things that people want to emulate that sound, because when they start, what you want is for everybody in Korea to listen to your music, and then you work outward and go, oh man, I want the world to listen to my music. And a lot of companies sometimes work outward and sometimes because it's a little easier kind of with the notoriety sometimes to get the world to listen before you can get Korea to listen.
Yeah.
It's
like, especially for like K-pop and idol music, when it's like pop music, just because it's just like pop music for us,
Yeah. And it just is easier to kind of see, but I think one of these things that we have to remember is the world has opened up a lot more. And I know I'm getting real like fucking like preachy all of a sudden about this, but this week with Urban Zupaka, with this song from Urban Zupaka, and then going back to Classic Y Project, I've realized like those are the things that keep me excited about the things I get to hear from Korea, Like, I get the J Park song. Yeah, we'll get the Girls' Generation. Yeah, we'll get, I get super excited about Big Bang. But the reason I get super excited about Big Bang is because that was my initiation into Korean music.
Yeah.
But the things that keep me there are those diamonds in the rough for me, like Urban Zupaka, Classic High Project, a lot of those bands we've been talking about, you know, the indie bands that we've been talking about who make these really cool, interesting sounds.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just wanted to get that out because I feel like sometimes me and Petey might mull over it because in our conversations with each other, we're like, oh my God, did you hear that thing by Zapaka? Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about it on the show. And then by the time the show rolls around, we've talked about it so much, we don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, our Classic Art project, definitely one of the best out there. What I've been doing this week is I've been releasing videos. Not only releasing the video version of Two Nerdy Black Guys ASIN edition, but our adventures at the couple of K-pop booths and the things we got at the K-pop booths. So go check that out on the Really YouTube page. And other fun stuff. I've been watching a couple of random dramas. Of course, I've been watching Producer, the show that we talked about before with the kind of the star-studded cast. It's a show that we're probably going to do a first impressions on fairly soon. Once we kind of coordinate that. It's going to be an interesting show to talk about. I've been trying other shows like Orange Marmalade, which is a show starring Solhyun from AOA, where it's a fictional world where vampires exist. So it's like True Blood, but without the acceptance. It's like it's still everybody living a secret, even though they've got the substitute blood, and more K-drama-y. So it's interesting. We'll have to see. There's some humor in there. Not as dark for some reason as well. I haven't watched True Blood, but whatever. And other shows. One that I've definitely been getting into was Angry Mom. It involves, and it's kind of ridiculous, especially the premise. A mom who had a kid young, and we find out kind of as the show goes on, little details about what happened there. That finds out her kid's being bullied, so she, after trying other things, decides to pose as a high school student at her school. Which is ridiculous, and there's a lot of ridiculousness because it also flashes back to her youth as she was a straight up Iljin thug herself. Like she was like the queen fighter of her school and her like town. So there's some ridiculous, there's some sweetness, and there's some fun to be had on that show. So I'm checking that out. I'm kind of marathoning through it a little bit. So it's just some dramas. There's a couple other ones that don't come to mind right now at the moment. But they might come up pretty soon as I get more into them. But aside from that, music. We got a new Kara track, Kara. Kara finally came back to Korea again. after a few, just a whole several months of being away in Japan.
So nice of you.
So Kara came back with Cupid, a track, which is actually kind of good, not great, but not bad. It's actually pretty good. It's has a cool sound. The visuals are nice. It's catchy. There is a couple of things that are interesting. It does look like they recycled the set from Mamma Mia and just kind of redecorated it just slightly. And they may have recycled a couple of outfits from Mamma Mia. And then the only thing they could think of new was cowgirl outfits.
Yeah, I couldn't stand those fucking outfits, and the beat to me was just the rhythm to me was just terrible. I actually didn't last very long in this song. Like, I kind of got to the pink cowboy outfits, then I skipped ahead a little bit, and then I was just like, there's something up with the fucking rhythm of this song that I just cannot fucking stand right now. Like, for some reason, it was just like, no. I was just like, I don't want to deal with it.
You don't hold with it, bub. You don't hold with it. I would say that I probably enjoyed it a little bit more than you did, but it's not great. But it is worth noting. New Kara song. I'm not as down on the Youngji rap parts as some of those are, because it's understated and just kind of comes in and goes away and just provides a decent bridge. But yeah, it's not one of their best songs, but I figure it's worth noting. It definitely caught my attention. But it's definitely caught my attention to the fact that it's some speculated that they've lost a little bit too much money with Rainbow, and that the fact that Black Swan flopped hard. So they don't have much money left over to support their main group. I don't know if that's true, but it's still funny to say. Moving on to other songs that I like a little bit better. We got new Go-Go Star. Go-Go Star is a really cool like indie group that I've been following ever since I found out about them on the Korean indie playlist on Eat Your Kimchi's YouTube channel. And I've been, their songs are on some of my playlists. They're not on Spotify, so I haven't been able to listen to them regularly in a while.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. And since I switched over to the Android phone, I don't have their songs on my phone anymore because they're only on iTunes. But I still dig Go-Go Star. They just have a really cool sound. And this song is no exception. This is their newest single called Jumping. And the visuals are really cool and interesting. They're kind of like doing that like down the tunnel rail roller coaster visual ride. Not so much roller coaster, but like down a rail, everything's shooting past you, and then it goes in reverse, and then it goes back forward. And it's definitely a big upgrade from their early days, from their music videos, because definitely a big upgrade in production quality, for sure. And they're on 1TheK of all places. 1TheK, the big, formerly Lowen Entertainment, the big distribution channel for music videos, of all places. So that's kind of cool. They've got quite a few video views on this video. Probably got a lot of people to check out the video that hadn't heard of them before, just on the fact that they're on 1TheK and such a public platform. But yeah, that's cool. What did you think, Kaz?
The video was kind of one of those like I've seen it before, but the music I really, really enjoyed. And then it just goes back to the thing I said earlier, which I'm not going to repeat myself because you heard it earlier. Just, fun, interesting music from places you don't expect, which I know you've talked about them a bunch. You've talked about Go-Go a lot, but it's one of those things that we don't quickly kind of expect to always see and hear, something like this when we talk about Korean music and East Asian pop culture.
Yeah, especially on 1TheK.
Well, yeah, that too.
I love that.
I don't know, 1TheK has kind of been coming around a lot.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Like they're bringing in more music to you kind of fill out and grow their content, which is really cool. And the idea that they're bringing in really cool indie groups and putting their content on their channel gives a great platform to these indie groups. Maybe they'll throw in some Love Exterior on there. But we'll see. Another song that got brought to my attention. This by thanks to Asian Junkie, one of their kind of indie focus articles brought this to my attention. A group by the name of Man. The song "Come Around." They're an interesting, cool group. This is apparently their first official music video.
Cool.
So this is kind of a young group. They've always just kind of had like live tracks or just been playing around, I imagine Hongdae and live club scenes and whatever. So this is their debut music video for the song "Come Around," and they have a really cool like little dance rock sound. The video's cool and fun. Like it's just shot around different places, and they have little like superimposed animated cartoon characters wandering different places. Little dudes standing on a moving sidewalk. A dude in a top hat riding up an escalator. You know, just like cute stuff. The little guys using the stairs on the top of on the roof of a building as an elevator. They had a little elevator. A duck riding a UFO. I don't know if it's supposed to be Howard the Duck, like a little reference to Howard the Duck, but who knows?
That's not.
No.
I don't think any of the people who made that movie want to remember that movie. So,
but a lot of fun, and the song is really cool, and I'm definitely looking forward to checking out more from this group. And the video is really cool.
Yeah.
What do you think, Kaz?
I definitely want to check out more from this group. The video is, for most part, relatively simple, and there are some very complex parts to it. And I'm not gonna, shit on people who had to work on the editing of this and adding all those graphics and things like that, because it's a lot of graphics to have to add. And that very well trained dog. But for its shot path, very simple video, but a really fun, upbeat, up-tempo song, and if it's for their first video, good choice, because it's definitely something that makes you go, man, I want to check out more from them. So can't wait to hear more from them, actually. Like, really
this is kind of the stuff that makes me further excited to, even when I do make my way over to Korea, to go see live music. Like, that's one of the things that I'm definitely going to be putting a focus on when I do go over there, is seeing a bunch of groups, seeing a bunch of live music, checking it out. Just going to clubs around Hongdae. I'm going to spend a lot of time in Hongdae. In fact, to the point where I'm looking at Airbnbs in Hongdae, just as making that my home base. We can go to other places, but Hongdae is going to be where we're going to stay at, just because there's so much, such cool stuff to do there. And it's definitely, I'm definitely looking forward to that. But yeah, man, check them out. Nice young group, worth listening to and watching their videos. What's going on?
I just got a tweet from good friend and producer of shows T2T2, who's gonna take a vacation. But he just said, we were talking about setting up for one of our shows. But he just gave me this tweet. On that note, give me a drama to download and watch. Got at least a too long car ride. So
tell him it's okay. That's love. So yeah,
we'll give T2 some good some good recommendations.
Reply 1997. You know what? Reply 1997. Tell him reply 1997.
We'll give him one from you and one from me. We'll do that.
Mine's is reply 1997.
All right. So we'll tell PD that. All right. I mean TT that.
I'm over here.
He's over there. I just love that I got that tweet while we were talking about stuff.
Yeah. But last but not least, another cool song that caught my attention, which was a song by Yankee, a rapper who's known around kind of the amoeba culture team, friends and collaborators with our boy Gecko. And the dynamic duo and others. Yankee with his song Sold Out, featuring basically everyone. Tableau, Zion T, and Loco, and with cameo appearances by a shit ton of people. The song Sold Out, and it's just kind of fun. Like, it's just a fun summer jam. Really, like, it's a cool video. Like, the video is full on, like, 90s nostalgia feel. It is like up to like the dancers in the video, the Kango hats, the bucket hats, the clothes, the kind of the camera angles that they used, the fisheye lens for your rap points. You got to use the fisheye lens to accentuate your rap points. Shout out to Homestar Runner. to the Timberlands on the feet. It's just a lot of fun in this video. And then overall, the beat is just good. And like everybody, it's all people that we've admired and we talked about before. Tableau is just, Tableau. Yankee has impressed repeatedly. Zion T is Zion T. He's awesome. And Loco does a fantastic job in this video. It's just so much fun. Like the song is so well done and so much fun. Like what do you think, Kaz?
I enjoyed it. I thought it, like you said, it's really fun. It's really throwback. It also leads into the 90s are invading Korea and we need to stop it. Like that thing I have going on. But other than that, I don't know. I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, dude, I enjoy anytime I get to hear Tableau rap, and and fucking Loco is really starting to grow on me. So, because he's really, really a good rapper. For all of what anyone wants to say, the dude is really good at what he does. So,
so much fun. Definitely worth checking out. Not much to say. Like, there's random Jay Park appearance. Speaking of Jay Park.
Well, Loco's in the video, so of course Jay Park is somewhere close by.
And I
keep
could
an
have
eye on that kid, making sure he doesn't steal any more songs from him.
Yes. My phone is blowing up over there. What the hell's going on?
Probably sports things.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, a freaking fun song. I definitely go check it out. Go jam to it. It's probably going to be somebody's summer jam. So, it's almost summertime. You bump this on your boombox.
Summertime.
Yeah, bump this on your boombox when you're out there at the beach. If you have a beach. Just don't go to South Beach because that place is annoying. But that's it. All right. That's the last track.
Yeah.
That's the last track. We're done talking about music. It's sad. But we are going to transition over to some headlines, talk about some topical topics and things going on. So join us over there, won't you? Welcome back to the headlines here on Hallyujuku. We talk about the goings on in the world of East Asian pop culture, and then just make fun of things because that's what we do. We already gave our review of the song, but let's go ahead and just talk about this article for fun. CL's Dr. Pepper is out, and the backstory hilariously destroys fandom delusions. Dr. Pepper featuring CL, OG Mako, Riff Raff, and Diplo has been released along with a short tidbit about the background of the song to the fader. And while the whole track doesn't change my whole impression song, neither did it for me, does make the fan justifications of everything about it rather hilarious in retrospect. All right, let's go back to the beginning. So if you remember when we first talked about the song, first fans tried to play off the Dr. Pepper lyrics heard in the short clip as nothing more than a demo that was clearly just CL nonsense rapping as a placeholder for something greater. Which we talked about how it's like we heard that first clip and we're like, you know what? They're probably like, using it as a placeholder just to try out a beat or something or whatever. We still laughed about it, but even we were like, maybe. There was a good possibility. But then we found out it was an actual thing. So in response, after the teaser image was released, a popular narrative was that Dr. Pepper was in reference to being an ingredient in lean. Spoiler alert. It's not used in lean. To create lean... If y'all want to... If you don't know what lean is, don't bother looking it up or trying to find out what lean is. Just... don't bother. Just know that they don't use Dr. Pepper. They don't use Dr. Pepper. Which made the song edgier to people or whatever. It made the lyrics have meaning. we'll maybe find something else new because this is what CL said about the song. Diplo canceled this is CL quote. Diplo canceled a session on me, and I was so mad at him. I was drinking a can of Dr. Pepper and wrote the song so I could go home as soon as possible, CL told the Fader, explaining the song's glorious nonsense refrain. Diplo ended up loving it. Now it's just about Dr. Pepper the soda. It's it's like people are still saying, "No, Dr. Pepper's commonly mixed with codeine to make lean. The purple poster is low budget on purpose, emulating early 90s Southern lean culture and blah blah blah." Yeah, and the narrative is still like delusional. It's kind of hilarious. What do you think of the backstory of Dr. Pepper? Now, I will ask you, what is the dumbest thing you've ever done that other people have thought was cool and have run away with and kept doing?
My whole career on the internet.
That's true. This show included, really. Well, I would say this show included if other people actually listen to it.
Oh shit.
This is true hip hop.
So I defended this as a wait and see, right? I said before we jump on it, because you know we were initially almost in the camp of let's jump on it, let's fucking no, this is why CL shouldn't be in America. This is what this is. Yim yam yow yows, you know, like, and so I went, you know, let's wait and see what happens, right? So we waited to see what happens, and we got a little bit more of the puzzle, and then we came to the realization that it wasn't going to be anything good. So now we're at this impasse, right? Where we're at this fork in the road, I'll say, where it goes one or two paths, right? It's either it's Diplo's fault, right? For assuming that this was some genius thing that CL put together, right? And he still turned into a song. Or this is some now indie underground classic hip hop thing with this love to the drug of lean, but coated in this work of Dr. Pepper, right? And I think what it actually is there's another path that no one can see in that fork that goes right down the middle, right? Where I'll give it to CL, right? I think CL has it in her to be like, you know what? I just fucking wrote this because I had nothing better to do because my session got canceled, right? And Diplo being like, I'm not going to waste my own time. It's already recorded. And I can make it about drugs if I want to. You know? And that's what he did.
Yeah.
You know?
Still terrible.
Whether you know, and whether the origins are true or not, you can make a song about whatever the fuck you want to make a song about. If you push it in the right place, because what the fuck are their names? OG Mako and Riff Raff, their songs are all their lyrics in the song are all toting into the drug theory part, whereas CL's part is really nonsense. It is legitimately just, you can tell, you can almost tell it is just like this that doesn't really rhyme, doesn't really matter, fuck it, record it, boom, and I'm fucking leaving, I'm done, you know, like. And then you turn that into a thing. and it just now exists in the ether for whatever it exists in the ether for. And you can have a bunch of the people who will state fact that like, no, it's not about drugs because of this fact. Or you can have a bunch of people who will go like, well, no, it's still about drugs because of this. You know what? It's about whatever each individual person who helped put that song together wants it to be about.
Yeah.
And only they have the true definition of the meaning of that song from there. Now, is the song good? No. Because you can't understand a goddamn person on the song.
Yeah.
Because
the most one you can understand is CL. That's about it.
Right. But CL's part is nonsense. And as she stated, it's nonsense for nonsense sake. Fucking Riff Raff is a mumble mouth motherfucker who even the people who enjoyed the song, like when I was looking at it on fucking what was it, SoundCloud? Yeah, when I was looking at it on SoundCloud, all the comments are like, can we have it without Riff Raff on it? And then I would enjoy it even more. Like, you know, and then there's just OG Mako, who's I think still riding the coattails of fucking In Love with the Coco at this point.
Well, no, he's not in love with the Coco. He's
no, he's not. He's,
bitch, you guessed it.
Bitch, you guessed it. Right.
Yeah, he's bitch, you guessed it. He's that terrible song. And I love that some could argue that CL's the best one of the three. Even with the nonsense lyrics, she understands rhythm and melody and how to make something catch you and bring you in. Even when
she's been trained to do what she does.
Yeah.
You know, whereas the other two just went, I think I could do this for a living. Yeah, let's do it, you know?
And then they were told that they go hard all their lives and nobody told them they're dumb.
So that the definition of the song I'm not going to argue about because I cannot define something written by somebody else.
Yeah.
I can theorize about it. You know?
Yeah.
But if they decide that it is a song about lean, then it's a song about lean. If they decide that it's a song about Dr. Pepper and clearly just about the refreshing taste of Dr. Pepper,
all 23 flavors,
then that's what it is, you know?
All 23
that
flavors.
Dr. Pepper money.
Yeah. I do like me some Dr. Pepper, so I can appreciate that motivation. But I think that's all there is really to say about that song. Just like that review I did for us that like that's all we had to say about the song as far as quality was that review I slapped together. Like it stinks. So we can move on. Speaking of YG, we actually have a couple articles on YG. We can almost say this is the YG bias returns.
Oh shit, is that back? Are we back to that?
The return of the YG bias.
Return of the YG bias.
Exactly. As I awkwardly insert the possible episode title. Big Bang, a couple of things on Big Bang. Big Bang official Big Bang is North American tour dates have been announced. There's no article, so I had to come up with my own. And I'm like, I failed. Big Bang North America titles announced just on Twitter. As you can tell, I don't have things formatted for Twitter. Oh wait, no headline. Okay, there you go. Big Bang 2015 World Tour made in USA, Canada confirmed. And these are some of the dates. So it's going to be October 2nd in Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Event Center. October 3rd at the Staples Center in LA, of course. October 4th at the Honda Center in Anaheim. October 10th and 11th at the Prudential Center in New Jersey. And October 13th, my birthday. But they're not going to be here in Miami, as I would have liked to have it on my birthday. Completely forgetting my birthday again, Big Bang. At the Air Canada Center in Toronto, Canada. Of course, they're not coming anywhere near me, but you know what? That's the way it goes. They're coming near you, Kaz, though. Relatively.
They are. They're coming to Jersey. And I saw people on like Facebook and Twitter like flipping dicks when they were just like, oh shit, Big Bang gonna be in Jersey. And I was like, I could relatively go to Jersey.
Yes.
Huh. Like to see a Big Bang concert. And I don't have money right now. Yes. So but I don't know. Like
It's October.
Depending on what the next couple of weeks present, and if those tickets aren't sold out by then, we'll see. Because that could be a birthday present for me.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, they're going to be in Vegas on my birthday, but
yeah. They're going to be in Vegas. Maybe we can send Mitsula to the concert. We can pull our money and send Mitsula and see what his reactions are. But
there are a lot of little girls and a lot of screaming dudes for some reason.
For some reason. Yeah, it should be it's going to be an amazing concert because it's Big Bang, it's YG. YG, their like thing and their skill is in that like live performance thing. It's so much in that live performance thing. And, you know, they're one of those companies that for all of their artists they have freaking their live band. They have the YG band for 21 and for Big Bang. So you have a live music performance along with the singing and dancing. So it's like I so badly want to see a YG artist aside from EPIK High. I've seen EPIK High now. I would still love to see them again, but I've seen EPIK High in kind of an awesome setting. Seeing EPIK High in a club setting and like a little bar setting, that was awesome. But I would love to see them again, but I would love to see Big Bang, and though it will never happen again because they're dead, I would love to see 21.
I have not been to like a big arena style show ever.
Yeah.
Like concert show. Like I've been to like, you know, little like kind of do tour, like, you know, like fucking kind of mashed up tour music festival things that are like outside, and there are different stages. And I've been to bars where somebody's playing, not somebody really notable, but people are playing and shit like that. But I kind of want to try to go to one of these shows.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, I kind of really would like to try to go to one of these shows.
If I had found out earlier, I would have totally bought tickets to Baby Metal when they were in Chicago. They were in Chicago. I don't know if you saw that. Chicago, the night they were on that Thursday. We talked about it there. It's like, and I found out about it too late, and it was sold out, and I can only find overpriced tickets on StubHub and other ticket websites that I've never heard of before. So I was sketchy about. So it's like, and there were different tiers of general admission tickets in the same general area, and I was confused. I was like, isn't it all general admission? Like, I don't, whatever. But yeah, I would love to see Big Bang. I guess this means I really do need to move to like New York or something. I don't know, like, because like that's where all the concerts are gonna be, of anything. So I don't know. But yeah, speaking of Big Bang, speaking of upcoming Big Bang info, Big Bang teases first June release. Yes. Huh? What?
Okay. So I'm just tweeting. I'm tweeting T2.
Oh, okay. Reply 1997. Big Bang teases first June release with poster for Bang Bang Bang. Big Bang has unveiled a teaser poster for the first title track off their second album this year. A, because we just had M and A, and then we'll have D and then we'll have E. A of the group's comeback project, Made series. On May 27th, YG Entertainment revealed a poster featuring the 5 members of Big Bang with the title, the upcoming June release, Bang Bang Bang! Because probably a cover of the great classic song that touted the fact that he don't want relationship, he just want bang bang bang. Or maybe not. I don't know. The poster is eye-catching with its vivid red color, as well as the intense gazes of the members. Made Series A is scheduled for release both online and offline on June 1st. So this is the June 1st release.
Can I ask for this? And I don't think this is too hard to ask for. I know you got to have the different hairstyles for each person and all that. And that's all cool. But can we get the hair out of Daesung's eyes, please? Can we let the boy just see?
It's like you want to reach out and just like swipe it, just like just gently,
cut the bang just a little bit. Let him have his eyesight. Let the boy have his vision.
Yes.
But no. I'm excited. I am excited.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think this is kind of a fun way to release. As we've been saying, they're fucking murdering every fucking show.
Yes.
That they can book.
Losers.
Like they're fucking going to school competition, performing songs and smashing people.
Yeah. They're winning trophies they don't even show up to win. Like,
right.
It's just like they have to have people mail them trophies. It's like
you're just walking down the street and people were like, I think this belongs to you? Like, oh, thank you. Yeah, no, this is mine.
It's like
there's a guy right now just winning Employee of the Month, and Big Bang is there. They'll be like, it's ours. It's just like, you don't even work here. Like, yeah, we do. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, John. Crack that plaque. Big Bang is Employee of the Month. Like, what the fuck? They don't work here. Like, nope, they got Employee of the Month. Also, in speculation, which is not speculation because there are clear fucking photos and massive rumors all over the internet about it, they're going to be on Running Man again.
Yes. That UJ Suck Power. They're gonna have them on Running Man. They were on Happy Together. You know, their first appearance on a KBS variety show.
I need to see that.
Yeah, I'm waiting. We got a couple. Probably gonna be a couple weeks till we get it on KBS World. But it's gonna be good to see. There was a funny thing I think on Netizen Buzz that I saw on Reddit, where they said that maybe Happy Together might have gotten its lowest ratings the entire run of the show from that episode. So I don't know. But hey, it'll get a lot of YouTube views. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
So, and of course, that was all UJ Suck. The power of UJ Suck, because you know he's friends with. It's the Dumb and Dumber brothers. It's the Dumb and Dumber brothers. I think there's like everybody wants to talk about Park Myung Soo and G Dragon. The true bromance is Daesung and UJ Suck ever since Family Outing. Like,
oh yeah, god damn, that was such a good show. I kept yelling at you to watch that show.
Yeah, it gets referenced on Producer. It gets referenced on Producer with it that like they have to mention spoiler. All right, just mute this for a second. They mention because IU plays Cindy, who's for all intents and purposes supposed to be Susie, because she's the only popular member of a 4-girl group that goes solo. It's called Pinky 4 or something like that. And she's kind of what's fun is that she's kind of a bitch. It doesn't really get along with the other members and decides to just go solo. And it's kind of fun seeing IU be kind of a bitch and be kind of like that because she's usually so sweet. And it's so obvious it's supposed to be Susie. At least it is to me. I don't know if it is to anybody else, but they do. There is a quick back and forth of them trying to find, because they initially book for. So the premise is that there's a point in the show where they're trying to do the 5th season because of 2 days 1 night, that show, because there's a fake 4th season that happens on the show with old actresses that fails. And the premise is they're doing a 5th season with like a matchmaking thing. And they initially, they booked Dada, and they booked this young, other YG actor, and they booked the dude from Winner, and I think, a couple other guys. And they booked Hani from EXID. But she's one of the premises that she celebrates too hard and gets into a fight with a bunch of dudes at this cart bar and lays them all out because of her like taekwondo training. And then her cameo appearance is that she's in the jail cell, doing we are. So they have to replace her. Okay. So they have to replace her with Cindy. Well, they're trying to do either Cindy or Susie, which has a lot of fun stuff with JYP, which is hilarious. And one of the things is that Kim Soo-hyun's character was like telling her, like, why should you do? She asked him, why should you do variety? Well, these people, they rebuilt their image. This, like, for example, Lee Hyori on Family Outing. She had previously just been the sexy girl, but then people got to see her like cook and sow the soil, work the ground and cook, and saw this different side to her and gained her more fans. So it's like, it's just a kind of a cool thing. I love that reference, that Family Outing reference. He's from a different network, which is hilarious. But yes. What were we talking about? We talked about Big Bang, aren't we? Yeah. Big Bang. And we're gonna get them on Running Man, which is gonna be hilarious. And I saw their costumes, and those were hilarious. Oh yeah. Looking forward to this June release, and I guess they didn't lie. YG didn't lie. We are getting a release a month, and hopefully it's a new song. So far. Supposedly we're also getting a remix of Fantastic Baby. In case y'all thought we were free of that song.
I thought we were fucking done. I legitimately thought we were done. I was like, you know what? We've escaped the fucking cycle of Fantastic Baby in my lifetime. I'll have to hear it every once in a while. They'll perform it at a concert, but like, fucking God, fuck.
That's the rumor I saw on Reddit. But yeah.
Just when you thought we were out,
they pulled us back in. But yes, speaking of movie references, this is just a cool little article. EPIK High makes 6 parody posters of popular movies to promote upcoming concerts. Speaking of concerts, I would love to check out. Like I mentioned, I love to check out EPIK High. And they're coming to the States. They have a couple of cool dates near you. There's one of them near you too. In New York at the Best Buy Theater. EPIK High have a concert coming up, and to promote it, they decided to do parody posters of popular movies. They did versions of Her, Ong Bak, The Servant, 12 Years a Slave, Interstellar, The Grudge. They changed it. There's this fantastic poster of Tableau, the movie Hull, which is fantastic, and that mustache is something else. A fake mustache. And
these are really great photos too. Like this wasn't like slapped together kind of shit. Like this is really good.
Tableau's face again in this one, and two cuts in that wig, and just freaking Mithragen just chilling there. God, I love goddamn Tableau's face in this picture. Interpark. Interpark instead of Interstellar. We got DJ Two Cuts exploring some unknown lands.
I still need to see that movie.
Yeah,
still have not seen that movie.
Yeah, me too. Ha-Ju-On. Ha-Ju-On instead of Ju-On the Grudge. Ha-Ju-On, an EPIK High film. We also have Daebak instead of Ong-Bak. Daebak. 100% Beck% real hip hop. 100% real hip hop. Beck% real hip hop. Fantastic. And then there's 12 years since debut. Instead of 12 years a slave. This is just fun and so much fun. It's so hilarious. I love EPIK High.
They're great. Like they have so much fun, and they just it's just such like I don't know how to put it, man, but it's what you want from Korean hip hop. It's fun. They get the reference. They have so much fun with it. You know what I'm saying? And like they're just they're making awesome fucking music that you could just fucking jam to. And they just have fucking fun, you know? Like, that's what it is. Like, and I'm just so excited by that. I just, oh, god damn it.
Here, if you want to feel bad about not being able to go to a concert, they're going to New York on June 13th.
God damn it.
Though, if you want to look at, here's some of the ticket prices. So,
yeah, not gonna be able to make that. I was gonna be like, hey, Hallyujuku, you can take the trip to New York. Nope.
Nope. No. Hey, you can sit all the way in the back in the rear mezzanine.
All right.
Kickstarter meet and greet. Kickstarter for the meet and greet. That if we had that Patreon money, we could make it happen.
Yeah.
But we don't, and we probably never will. But that being said, EPIK High, love them. Speaking of big, yeah. Well, now we got the YG out. Now we got our YG demons out. Speaking of big time concerts, one of the best moments, there was the Dream concert was recently happened. Just like every May, the big Dream concert, artists from all types of agencies, all over the spectrum, all types of pop groups, come together, and their fans get a section. Which I love. The funniest thing about Dream concert is how much of it is like that. It's all these groups, and the fact that they sell the tickets in such a way that they can section off all the fans, and it's hilarious because you can basically tell by the light sticks. All right, this is the Girls' Generation section. Well, I don't think they were in this concert, but this is you can spot the colors. This is the EXO section. This is the shiny section. This is this section. But yeah, Dream concert. Something I would love to attend. Though I don't think it's not gonna happen when I have my planned trip to Korea. But it would be something I would love to do at some point in my life. But it's a cool concert. That being said, EXID's Up and Down managed to unite fandoms at Dream concert. I'm not sure how, the IATFB says he's not sure how or why, but EXID managed to unite the fandoms in one deafening fan chant at the recent Dream concert with their song Up and Down. It was fucking loud, and I have no problem playing that. That's
pretty cool.
That's awesome. And just to contrast this, somebody brought into perspective. To put it into perspective, EXID went from this in October 2014 to that. Or more accurately, actually, this was the official fan meeting, but still, this to what you just heard. And my favorite quote, this is some started from the bottom, now we're here realness. And all the comments, because it's more about, there's some fan cams and some great stuff. I love seeing how just out of nowhere successful the group is, especially considering how adorable and awesome and how deserving they are, just as a group, and especially how out of nowhere, and it's for how the fact that, say, for example, it's like 3 years after they debuted at this point, even after initially losing 3 members and having to restock, and then it's having a big gap of where they just weren't doing anything, to the point where they had so much free time that Hani invented the foot selfie. That's how much free time that they had. And then, like, if you realize that Solji has been in the business since 2006 and in relative obscurity, it's just really cool. What was your impression of the fan chants?
I thought that was pretty fucking cool. Like, and like, I don't know, it's just kind of an interesting thought, like how quick something can change,
Yeah,
like you kind of can go from 0 to 100, like you said. It is very much as silly as it is, it's very much what that song is about. You know, you started from the bottom, now you're here. Like, and sometimes you're not sure how that happened, you know?
Yeah.
And for them, it was off of a song that they were done with.
Yeah.
You know?
And then there was a fan cam that just brought them back, and then they were winning trophies, and it's awesome. Like, there's a great video. There's some great videos, including a great video of them winning their first win on Music Bank, which is just such a kind of contrast of like emotions. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's on their page. I think it's right here in the comments. So check it out. I love it because Honey is just from her variety show appearances. Honey is becoming one of my new favorite person just on her variety show appearances. And like Solji is getting recognized for her singing. They're getting a lot of great opportunities. Ellie is probably getting a lot of opportunities to further her like production career and writing career, as like a songwriting career. Especially with the fact that on top of the popularity, she has Shinsadong and Tiger to work with and to as a collaborator to work alongside. So it's gonna work out for everybody, including our cutie potato, who's awesome and looked great in that concert. Y'all should check it out. They do a really cool performance. But yeah, EXID fighting.
Mm-hmm.
The last article, it does venture, it does use the word hentai, but we're not talking about anime. How hentai are you? Find out with this Japanese personality test.
You told me not to click on this.
Yes, because I wanted to ask you the quiz, because I had spoiled myself, and it's not as fun if you already know the quiz. All right, or if you already know the answers or what it means.
Right.
This Japanese personality test, which is doing the rounds on Twitter this week, claims to reveal the inner workings of your subconscious by putting you in an impossible situation and asking you to choose between 4 equally unpleasant options. We're not making any claims about the accuracy of this test, but we do think it's pretty hilarious. Journalists have to jump to find out how big of a pervert you are. Outside of Japan, people use the word hentai to specifically manga or anime pornography, but in Japan, hentai usually means pervert or simply weirdo. It's what you mutter under your breath when you encounter someone creepy or yell at your friend when they inadvertently do something inappropriate. So ready to find out how hentai are you? Or you are? Here's the question. Think carefully about your answer before scrolling down. Alright, you are being followed by a terrifying criminal. You're in grave danger and must choose one of 4 trucks to escape in. Which one do you choose? Truck A, the one with a dead body in the back.
Okay.
Truck B, the one with a convict inside, or a criminal. Mm-hmm. Truck C, the one swarming with insects. And truck D, the one with the savage dog on board.
Okay.
What do you choose?
There's one with a dead body.
Uh-huh.
One with a convict. As to how I would know he's a convict, that's weird, but we're not going to go into that.
He's wearing stripes.
Bugs. And what was the last one? A dog, right?
A savage dog.
Dog. I'm taking the dead body, hands down. Like,
that's the one I chose, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to deal with the bugs. I'm going to end up probably having to kill the dog if the dog is savage enough anyway. And I'm not looking to fight an escaped prisoner, most likely. I don't know.
Yeah, you get one criminal versus another one. It's like, well, it's the same difference. All right, so here's what this means about you. A, dead body. You like your girls to be 2-dimensional. You're more interested in figurines and anime characters than real life girls. You probably also have some kind of specific body part fetish.
I have no. Well, I do have a specific body part fetish, but the rest of that is just weird.
Yeah. I don't know where they could. Well, that was the one question. It was the one question.
Okay.
B, if you had chosen the convict, you would say you're a sadist. Your desire to see the criminal shows that you are drawn to scenes of cruelty and brutality. You're a sadistic. Insects, you like dirty things. You chose the most grotesque option, the truck full of insects. You have a fetish for dirty things. If you're denying it right now, that's a sign of a strong fetish. And D, wild dog, you're a complete and utter masochist. You chose to throw yourself into a truck containing a savage dog. This shows that you are prepared to endure serious pain. You must be a masochist.
Okay, hold on. Read A for me really quick again.
A, dead body. You like your girls to be two-dimensional. You're more interested in figurines and anime characters than real-life girls. You probably also have some kind of specific body part fetish.
Okay, so there are elements of that are true about myself, but not all of it, right? And then there's a lot... This is getting into some fucking specific shit. There's a lot more about B that is a little more akin to how I deal with relationships than anything else.
Yeah.
So kind of, I'm a little mix of A and B. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I chose the dead body, too. And I was kind of hoping you would too, just because so you can pull in the figures.
Still, once again, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like I have like a cavalcade of these on my desk. It's just weird.
Oh, it's just weird. Yeah. All right. On that note, we finish off another fantastic episode of Hallyujuku. Hopefully it was enjoyable for all of you. Cass, what do you got going on in your neck of the woods?
I'm editing all the photos from our trip to ASIN, which was a lovely trip, to say the least. We had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. You could, if you were paying attention earlier today and in the future, I'm going to stream them because I've found out how to do the math to get a somewhat decent stream when I'm editing photos. Except when I play certain music, all of a sudden my fucking Mix OBS crash. Yes. When I start messing with music levels. But no, so yeah, I've been having fun doing that. So twitch.tv/KingKaz. And as always, about that me/me, but about that me/KingKaz, just kind of for everything. Yes. During the middle of the show, I entered a Adorama contest, so look at my Twitter for that, I guess. I don't know. I'm not even sure how the contest works. I just entered it because it was just really easy. I just had to click on one of my photos on a link and I entered a contest. So yeah. I don't know. There's just shit going on. Yes. Other than that, the thing I want to bring all attention to is I now host a game show called The Drunk Kids Game Show, DKGS. Still in alpha. We're working out a lot of the bugs. My producer's going on vacation, so I don't think we're doing a show in the week that this is being recorded. Yeah. So that lets you know how in alpha we are. I'm not even sure what's going on. But no, that's kind of the big thing right now.
Mm-hmm. About that me/KingKaz. I'm about that me/PDRave. You can find the show at Hallyujuku. Hallyujuku.com, kpoppodcast.com, rebelly.net for this and other shows, youtube.com/rebellytv for this, for our ASIN adventure, for Two Nerdy Black Guys video version. Don't you know? Two Nerdy Black Guys video version, check us out. It was me in between shooting the ship with Two Nerdy Black Guys, as it were, and it was actually a fun episode. It's a fun listen and watch. So go check that out. Watch one of our friends that was a guest swat a fly in the middle of recording an episode, which is hilarious. That's it. Until next time. Subscribe, share, like, do the things. Until next time, hasta los huevos.
I think you're crazy.
Fighting.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.